Most road trip games encourage you to explore, be responsible, and enjoy the little moments. Keep Driving lets you do that. But it also lets you make absolutely terrible life choices. Keep Driving is a unique blend of categories: part road trip simulator, part RPG, and part roguelike adventure. You'll travel across a randomly generated world, balancing your energy, money, car durability, and gas, while making choices that shape your journey. The game features a licensed indie soundtrack, turn-based battles with unconventional enemies like traffic jams and tailgaters, and multiple endings based on how you play. You start by picking your occupation, your relationship with your parents, which acts as a difficulty slider. Every decision matters, even the bad ones. And yes, the game does let you suffer the consequences of your actions, whether that's from driving drunk, sleeping in your car too much, or making horrible financial decisions. Now, despite its incredible depth, Keep Driving isn't perfect. It has a few rough edges with some bugs and maybe some repetitive encounters. The core experience, though, one of the most unique road trip games out there. And for me, there's something extra special about this game. It's developed by an independent studio in Sweden, close to where I grew up, and seeing a small Swedish team create something this ambitious with such a unique approach to storytelling and gameplay makes the experience even more fun. So, naturally, I decided to ignore all of that and play like the worst possible traveler. Meet Starburn, a broke, sleep-deprived disaster who thinks drinking, shoplifting and ignoring all warnings is just part of the road trip experience. The goal? Keep the trip going as long as possible without learning anything from my mistakes. Let's see how far I can make before everything falls apart. So, here's the thing, if you play this game carefully, you can plan out your fuel, money and car upgrades to make the perfect road trip. I decided to do the exact opposite. I started my journey the only way that felt right, by downing a beer before even getting in the car. That was a mistake. The very first thing that happened, I got pulled over by the police, my car broke down and I had to start over. But every disaster has a silver lining. Getting arrested somehow unlocked shady package, a mysterious new perk, so this time I kicked things off with something even worse. I took a line of coke and hit the road again. Here we go. One of the coolest features in Keep Driving is picking up hitchhikers. They can help you, give you special perks, or, in my case, completely ruin your trip. Meet the Hurricane. She was effortlessly cool, way cooler than me, but also deeply annoying. She immediately started filling up my already limited inventory with absolute garbage. It was like traveling with a living, breathing trash can. And then there was the party. She kept begging me to drink with her while driving, which of course I caved to. The screen tilted, the controls got worse, and suddenly I was making even worse decisions than before. Then, when she hit level 2, things escalated. She unlocked a trait that let me shoplift small items from every store we visited. I have no idea if this was meant to be a bonus or just another step into my descent into crime. But considering I was completely broke, I wasn't about to question it. But the real breaking point came when she hit level 3. That's when she unlocked Demanding, a trait that applied a permanent, impossible to clear tire debuff to my character. No matter how much I rested, I was always exhausted. Apparently, just existing around her drained my energy. At this point, I wasn't sure if I had picked her up or if she had picked me up. At this point, my car was falling apart, but I was still going. Then, somehow luck finally turned in my favor. I picked up another hitchhiker who actually helped me. Unlike the hurricane, this guy could repair my car, which meant I could keep going longer instead of spiraling into immediate destruction. He also had the nerve to occasionally ask if he should take over driving. Probably a fair question, considering the state I was in. Of course, I refused. This was my disaster to see through to the end. At one stop, I actually got a real job, transporting a band's equipment to their next gig. Finally, a chance to turn things around, make some money, prove that I could be a responsible road tripper. That lasted about 5 minutes, because sure enough, I ran out of cash, thanks to my habit of driving drunk. I made the only logical choice. I sold the band's equipment and took off toward the festival. What could possibly stop me now? Somehow, despite every terrible decision, I was still going. Broke, exhausted, car barely holding together, but technically still driving. The hurricane had one final request. She begged me to take another drink while driving. At this point, I had fully committed, so of course I agreed. So for the second or maybe third time, I cracked open a beer, took a swig and hit the road for one last stretch of country highway. It was a disaster. The screen tilted, my reactions slowed, and within moments my trip came to an abrupt and humiliating end. And there it was, the end of the worst road trip ever. Despite my best efforts to ruin this road trip, KeepDriving is an incredible experience. It blends roguelike systems, deep resource management and RPG-style choices into something truly unique. It's a nostalgic love letter to the open road, to the days when you had more time than money and more desire than purpose. And it's about the perplexing, irritating and hilarious friends you made along the way. It made me want to reread On the Road, Jack Kerouac's classic novel about drifting across America, chasing freedom and getting lost along the way. Much like KeepDriving, it's less about the destination and more about the journey, the good, the bad, and the absolutely ridiculous. If you want to see me mess around with more games like this, let me know in the comments. And as always, like, subscribe, and don't drink and drive. Thanks for watching. Peace.